On Tuesday, officials opened a new department that will make scheduling services easier. Plus, members of the governor's cabinet called a press conference on Tuesday to shed light on recent murders. More from that conference. Plus, we've seen a lot of the sargassum washing up on the beaches in varying amounts throughout the year, but we've seen a lot more floating in lately. We'll explain why. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Singh. Topping our newscast, Juan Luis Hospital is making some changes that will benefit both its patients and doctors. On Tuesday, officials opened a new department that will make scheduling services easier. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
What hospital officials want to do here is make things a little easier, and with the new centralized scheduling department, patients no longer have to leave their homes to make an appointment. Juan Luis Hospital introduced a new centralized scheduling department and system Tuesday.
It will help with ease of access for our patients to facilitate and be able to get in and use our outpatient services.
Before, potential patients were required to schedule their appointments and make payment and insurance arrangements in person. Now officials say that process has gone away with the addition of the new scheduling department.
Today, they'll be able to do all of that over the phone. We'll be able to take care of their insurance information, talk about any financial requirements that may need to be met at the time of service, and then facilitate based upon the patient's needs. If they have a requirement, they would like a Tuesday at 2 o'clock, we're going to facilitate and see what we can do to get it to meet the needs of the patient.
Patients can make appointments for the cardiac center, rehab services, radiology, and the laboratory under the new initiative.
Really, the only thing it's not going to cover is emergency room services or any scheduled surgeries. But other than that, we should be able to handle your needs through this one phone call.
Officials say the new department was not a requirement for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid System Improvement Plan. JFL CEO Dr. Kendall Griffith said in a statement that the new initiative will not only fast-track patient scheduling, but it will improve the hospital's financial performance. Erica Parsons, News 2.
If you want more information about the new service, you're asked to call the scheduling department directly at 772-4373. Alan René Leichmann, 71, a French national, was arrested April 30, 2015 and charged with encouraging and inducing aliens to enter the United States in violation of law. Leichmann made his initial appearance on May 1st and had his detention hearing. Judge Miller detained Leichmann pending further proceedings. According to the complaint, U.S. Customs and Border Protection and the United States Coast Guard intercepted a catamaran vessel called the Mazurka off the coast of St. John on April 29, operated by Leichmann, and contained 38 Cuban nationals and 1 national of St. Lucia. None of the individuals possessed the proper documents to lawfully enter the U.S. On Monday, a gruesome discovery at a vacation rental on St. Thomas drew attention to the territory. An elderly couple's stabbing death led to interstate police collaboration, but also to members of the governor's cabinet calling a press conference to shed light on those murders. News 2's April Knight has details.
Jane Young was a 67-year-old retired math teacher in Sudbury, Massachusetts. She and her husband Ken came to St. Thomas on April 28th, a vacation that ended in tragedy.
One of the residents at the Crystal Resort had discovered an unresponsive body in one of the units.
On May 4th, Ken Young was found lying on the floor of their vacation rental, covered in blood. Jane was found in the bathtub. Both were dead from stab wounds. The VIPD quickly caught the trail of a third Young, their adoptive son Mikhail, who was vacationing with his parents. Local police called Sudbury PD, and Mikhail Young was arrested and detained.
We don't have a motive at this particular point.
The tragedy comes after the poisoning of a Delaware family on St. John, putting the territory in the national spotlight again and raising concerns about what it means for tourism. But Tourism Commissioner Beverly Nicholson Doty said there was nothing that could have been done.
There was nothing in this particular incident that could have been mitigated It is obvious that from the information that we have with the ongoing investigation, that it is a family dispute.
Now the Virgin Islands Department of Justice is working with the state of Massachusetts to have Mikhail Young return to the territory to face trial.
The police department will be sending 2 officers up to Sudbury, Massachusetts to extradite Mr. Young.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
And News 2 will keep you updated on the extradition process for Mikhail Young. On Wednesday, 6 of Governor Kenneth Mapp's nominees were approved, all of them with 15 yeas. The nominees are as follows: Sharon McCollum as Commissioner of the Department of Education, Lawrence Olive as Director of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, Mona Barnes as Executive Director of Vitima, Catherine Hendry as Commissioner of Labor, Pedro Cruz as Commissioner of Sports, Parks and Recreation, and Delroy Richards as the new Police Commissioner. The names will be submitted to the Governor for approval, after which the newly confirmed cabinet will be sworn in. Interior Assistant Secretary for Insular Areas, Esther Kiana, recently approved nearly $850,000 in grant assistance to help address priority areas for the U.S. Virgin Islands government. Funding will support improvements to the St. Thomas East End Medical Center, provide at-risk youth with apprenticeship and opportunities, strengthen capacity at the Water and Power Authority, and underwrite the 2015 Household Income and Expenditure Survey. $200,000 will go to the St. Thomas East End Medical Center. Virgin Islands Housing Authority will receive $242,000 to fund the Youth Build Apprenticeship Pilot Project, plus $242,800 will be used to fund the University of the Virgin Islands to conduct the Household Income Expenditure Survey. VI Delegate to Congress Stacey Plaskett introduced 3 bills this week to help the territory's economy. One bill would repeal the cap on the rum cover-over. Another would extend the Production Incentive Certificate Program. And a third would create a special visa program. Plaskett also hosted a meeting in St. Thomas Tuesday with the second-ranking Democrat in the House. Here's more.
Many of the bills that have passed this Congress would not have done so without Whip Hoyer's involvement. Steny Hoyer has done an amazing job of being a strategist and chess master on the House floor. I'm honored that he took the time to meet with me, Governor Mapp, and his cabinet to discuss relevant legislation and to reach out, and he's promised us that he's going to reach out to White House cabinet members on matters of importance to the Virgin Islands.
And turn our attention overseas. Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake has asked the federal government of justice to launch an investigation looking for any unlawful patterns or practices within the Baltimore City Police Department. It comes just one day after new U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch visited the city in the wake of last week's riots. This investigation would be separate and in addition to the investigation already underway by the Justice Department to determine if the officers involved in Freddie Gray's death violated his civil rights. And keeping our eye on the economy, here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. As you can see, everything down. The Dow 86, NASDAQ 19, S&P 9. Coming up on News 2, why we can expect to see more sargassum out in our harbor. Some information from DPNR. We'll be right back. The Virgin Islands Department of Education is celebrating National Teacher Appreciation Week, as we reported. That's from May 4th to the 8th. Commissioner-designee Sharon McCollum said the Department of Education would like to applaud and commend all of our educators. She said the work you do makes an invaluable difference in the lives of our students and their families. And here are some of the events planned on St. Croix. We'll share for St. Thomas as well, but this is for the rest of the week on St. Croix. On Thursday, Eulalie Rivera Elementary teachers will be pinned with a keepsake Eulalie Rivera Rams brooch designed by St. Croix artisan Mitchell Larson and recognized. On Friday, May 8th, Central High School and Pearl B. Lawson Elementary will also recognize their teachers. St. Croix Catholic school girls and some of the leading women in the community paused to remember the nearly 200 girls taken in Nigeria just over 1 year ago. St. Joseph High School junior Gianna Edney organized the remembrance. She wanted to express support for the girls and let them know people are still praying for their safe return. The group held signs saying, "Bring back our girls," and then they did a balloon release in their honor.
Currently, no one knows where our remaining 230 captured sisters are. Today, we'll take time to pray for their safe return of our girls. We'll also pray for continued guidance from our God on how to ensure equality to all people of this world. For the 276 young schoolgirls who were kidnapped in Nigeria a little over a year ago, more than 200 are still missing. May they know they are not abandoned, but rather feel the comfort of love of Jesus Christ. Let us pray to the Lord.
Bring back our girls! All right, and release.
A wonderful ceremony there in recognition. Well, as we reported on April 24th, the final round of the 4th annual 13D Student Entrepreneurship Competition was held. Organizers say all of these businesses are ready to launch. Annalie Peru was awarded $30,000 first prize for Forever Fresh to produce local organic hydroponic lettuce to be distributed to local restaurants and groceries. Second prize, Jaleese David awarded $20,000 for her business, David Enterprises, focused on building a family entertainment center. And then Cambia David, $10,000, third prize winner for Fun and Sun Adventures. The competitions were made possible by a $5 million gift to UVI from investment strategist and entrepreneur Kirill Sokolov, and sponsored by Innovative Companies, which has made a significant long-term commitment of $50,000 a year. We're ready to hear if your favorites are among the list of winners for the Carnival parades. In the Children's Parade, here are your winners. The Majorettes winner, St. Thomas Majorette. First runner-up, Sebastian Majorettes. The Troop category winner, Caribbean Ritual Dancers. First runner-up, VI Montessori School and Peter Gruber International Academy. Floop winner, Joseph Gomez Elementary School. Traditional winner, St. Thomas Tropical Masqueraders. Now in the Adults Parade, Majorette winner, Sebastian's Majorette. Individual winner, Chester Mighty Grover Brady. Troop under 50, the winner was the Caribbean Ritual Dancers. First runner-up, Jesters Carnival Troop. Troop over 50. That category, the winner was Gypsy. The Carnival Troop first runner-up was What a Party Carnival Troop. For Troop over 100, the winner was Party Hardy Carnival Troop, and then the first runner-up was Hug a Bunch Carnival. Floop's winner, Elsco and Associates. Carnival Troop traditional winner, St. Thomas Tropical Masqueraders. And you know by now, the Road March winner, Spectrum Band, Left, Right, Stop, Walk Up. Congratulations to all the winners. A big Cinco de Mayo celebration took place Tuesday evening at Yacht Haven Grand. Families and friends enjoyed some live music, good food, as well as the Chihuahua races, all in recognition of Cinco de Mayo. The 8 Big Tacos contest was a challenge, and for those who dared, the Jalapenos contest was held. Of course, the highlight of the night was the Chihuahua races. Supporters were cheering for their favorite pup to win. This is the 12th year the Rotary Club organizes this event.
Everything was excellent. We couldn't ask for a better turnout. As far as donations, it all goes towards public school kids here on the island of St. Thomas.
Well, have you noticed a lot of this floating around in VI waters? It's called Sargassum. Well, DPNR says it arrives on the beaches in varying amounts throughout the year, but you can see larger amounts from late spring through fall, and that's due to increased storm activity in the Atlantic Ocean. Sargassum is a group of species of brown algae that float freely on the surface of the ocean and moved by winds and currents. Although it can be a nuisance to beachgoers, it's not all bad. It provides forage for birds and other creatures. But unfortunately, the sargassum and the animals in it quickly die and leads to a characteristic odor. The Division of Fish and Wildlife provides training for beach cleanups. If you want to lend a hand, you can give them a call for more information. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast comes your way next.